Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to thank you guys for being here this afternoon. My name is Billy Knox, Dillyknox. I am the captain of the Liberty County Sheriff's Office over the Criminal Investigation Division. Behind me, I have our partners from the Liberty County DA's Office, Texas Rangers, HPD, our Sheriff Bobby Rader. So today, what we're here to address is the investigation into a death that we had in the first week of September. First, I would like to express all of the condolences to Emily's family. We all were thinking about them. So, to jump into this, on the morning of September 4th, 2020, the Sheriff's Office received a call about a deceased female on County Road 3550. That's Cleveland, Texas. The victim was identified as a 16-year-old female, Emily Rodriguez Avella. She was found shot twice, once in the head and once in the side. It is believed that she was killed there at that location. On September the 8th, investigators developed a lead. It was an acquaintance of Emily's. Her name was Catherine Guadalupe Alvarez Flores, a 20-year-old. She was interviewed that day on September the 8th. Subsequently, she was arrested for tampering and interference with evidence. Then on September the 10th of 2022, she again spoke with investigators and detectives and confessed to her part in the murder. At that time, a second warrant was issued for her for murder. The same day, we also issued 2 more warrants for a Kevin Rivera Ortiz, age 19, Jose Garcia Martinez, his age is 20. Then on September the 20th of 2022, investigators with the county, HPD, and the Texas Rangers arrested Kevin Riviera and Joel Garcia Martinez. Both Martinez and Garcia were arrested by HPD SWAT. Martinez Garcia, he was arrested at the 4200 block of Alameda Genoa in Houston, Texas, where he was on a construction site working. Riviera Ortiz was arrested at the 6100 block of Fairdale in Houston at an apartment complex, also by SWAT. Both subjects confessed to their part of this murder of Emily, and but yet, while they did confess, the motives were not adjusting the motives because they gave different statements, but they did all 3 confess. The vehicle and murder weapon that was used in the murder were also collected at the evidence as on the day that those 2 were arrested. The vehicle was found in possession of one, the handgun with Ortiz. The victim and all 3 of these acquaintances, or all 3 were acquaintances with the victim. I'm sorry. This has been a long investigation. It moved fast. If it wasn't for HPD and the Rangers, the DA's office, it would have taken a while. All these agencies worked together to get these 3 suspects in custody. It's an ongoing investigation. I am going to answer some questions, but I'm going to be limited as to what I can answer. Obviously, you guys are aware of that. I will be the only ones answering the questions. HPD, the Rangers, and DA's office will not. So at this time, I'll answer a few questions.
The 2 male suspects gave different statements as to motive. Can you tell us what those different statements are?
What I will tell you is that they both confessed to killing her and being a part of it, but no, not going to go into detail.
Why Liberty County? Why they dumped her over here?
So the reason for that is that the suspect, Ortiz, he has family here in Liberty County, so we're guessing that's what we're saying why here. So he's familiar with the location.
She was last seen at Niko Niko's getting into a vehicle. Can you walk us through the timetable as to how she ended up in Liberty County? Was she picked up by the suspects? How did she end up here?
Yes, she was picked up by all 3 suspects at Niko Niko's. The vehicle that she was picked up in, that is the one that we believe that was the one that was used. And then later that evening or early in the morning was brought here to Liberty County where she was murdered.
Picked up voluntarily or forcibly?
Voluntarily.
Was she murdered here in Liberty County?
She was murdered here in Liberty County, there at County Road 33550.
Was she outside of the car when she was shot?
Yes, I can tell you she was outside the car.
What make us say she got murdered here in Liberty County? What make us think that she actually?
Because of the confessions that they gave, the evidence that was found at the scene.
Can you give us any insight onto the arrests in Houston? Were they taken into custody without incident?
They were taken into custody without incident. Like I said, the SWAT team handled that, HPD. I had some investigators there as well. No incidents. All three of them are currently here at our jail.
No
Was she-
priors on those, any priors on those three, any of the three?
Don't have any priors on them.
Was she luring to get into the car with them, or was she willing to get in the car?
We're speculating she just got, I say speculating, she just got into the car with them. We don't,
And all
yeah.
three picked her up?
Yes.
Is acquaintance the best relationship status you can give us, or was there a boyfriend, girlfriend with any of them? Or anything like that?
Kevin and the victim were in a prior relationship, not sure of the nature of it, but yes,
Romantic relationship.
yes.
How many times was she shot?
She was shot twice.
What part of the body?
She was shot in the head and the side.
Are they still talking to you guys?
I don't have that information at this time. I do not know. Can't answer that one. Anything else?
There a bond set for them or anything?
There is a bond set. I forget what it is. It is posted on our website, but it has been set.
We had reported earlier this week that this may have some gang ties. Can you elaborate? Do we know for sure it was gang related? Is it not gang related?
We don't know, and since we don't know, we're not going to speculate and answer that.
You think that more people are involved in this?
At this time, the investigation has revealed we have the right three people in custody at this time, and if it develops further, like I said, it's ongoing. Potential, if it warrants that, yes, then we will make more arrests.
What is it that you're investigating more?
Just gathering evidence, checking timelines, facts. You know, once the arrest is made, doesn't mean that the investigation is over. There's a lot more to it. Preparing it, getting ready for court.
Have y'all recovered the gun?
We believe we recovered the gun the day that Kevin was arrested. They will do a ballistics check on that as well as the casings to verify. But
Can you tell me what kind of firearm it was?
it was a 9mm.
Who had the gun? Who was the gun in possession of?
Kevin.
Is the other agency still going to continue help with the investigation?
Yes, yes.
Can you describe how important or critical that first interview, finding that first female friend, I'm assuming speaking to her led to everything else?
That set the pace for the investigation. For a couple hours, we did not have any identification on her. That took a little bit, which led to we did get it and were able to track down some of her friends. It led us to her, and then it took off from there.
So she was killed the same day she was picked up?
She was killed in the early morning so when she was picked up that evening, she was killed in the early morning hours the next day.
So she didn't even go home that night?
She did not go home, no.
The people that were involved in the murder, are they lawfully here in the country?
Catherine, I'm calling them by their first names, she appears to be here with the correct paperwork. The two male subjects, no.
What nationality are they?
One is from Honduras, I believe the other is El Salvador, and I believe that I don't have the correct answer for Catherine.
Did they attend high school or?
That's unknown. I do not know.
Which is from where? You said, okay.
I don't have that in front of me. I can get that to you. I think we've already released that.
Were they employed?
I know that Joel was employed. He was the one that was picked up first at the construction site. He was there framing a building.
Who owned the vehicle?
He was in possession of the vehicle. I do not know who owned it.
So the victim, you don't know if she attended school or it was in high school?
So she was working. She had two jobs, one at Niko Niko's and McDonald's.
But she was not going to school.
She was not going to school.
Were drugs a factor at all?
At this time, it doesn't appear to be. But that's all the questions. I'm going to wrap this up. I just want to stress that this wouldn't have been solved without these agencies working together. It's an unfortunate situation. We have a 16-year-old girl that's not going home to her family, and just violently murdered. But if it wasn't for these guys, these agencies working, it wouldn't have been solved. Like I said, we're still working on it, and as we get information that we feel that's newsworthy that we can release, we will do it. I know that it's been in the eyes of the news since it happened, because she was such a young victim, and the way that it was done was horrific. I mean, I'm sure a lot of us have children. Who wants to see a dead baby on the side of? I mean, it's horrific. I'm not even going to go any further into that, but you can all imagine it.
So this seemed personal to them, right? The way she was, yeah.
I'm not going to answer that, but I'm not going to answer that. So just remember to keep the Emily's family in your prayers. They got a lot going on. That's all I'm going to take. Thank you.